All right, in breaking news today, President Donald Trump has officially signed a new benefits package that will provide an extra $620 per month to millions of Americans who rely on Social Security, SSDI, and SSI.
We're keeping that promise and strengthening Social Security for generations to come. I signed one big, beautiful bill and allowed no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Abled individuals, policymakers, and financial experts. The White House confirmed the move earlier this week, highlighting it as a direct effort to support America's retirees and vulnerable citizens at a time when inflation and rising costs have placed heavy pressure on household budgets. According to administration officials, the increase will begin rolling out in the coming months, with full adjustments visible in beneficiaries' checks by early next year. But beyond the headlines, there are deeper questions. How will this $620 increase impact the federal budget? Can Social Security remain sustainable in the long run with such significant expansions? And perhaps most importantly, will this move provide enough relief to offset the rising costs of housing, healthcare, food, and other basic needs that retirees and disabled Americans face today? The significance of the $620 boost. For millions of retirees and disability beneficiaries, this increase is not just about numbers on a check. It's about quality of life. Social Security has long been the backbone of retirement income in America, but for many, it often falls short of covering essential expenses. According to data from the Social Security Administration, the average monthly benefit before this increase hovered around $1,900 for retirees. Adding an extra $620 could push many households above $2,500 per month, a meaningful change that could help cover rent, prescription drugs, or even groceries that many seniors have had to cut back on. For those on SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, and SSI, Supplemental Security Income, the impact is just as critical. Disabled Americans often face limited job opportunities and higher medical expenses, meaning every additional dollar of income matters. This policy shift acknowledges that reality and provides a financial cushion at a time when it's needed most. Why now? The economic backdrop. This decision comes against the backdrop of a challenging U.S. economy. While job growth has slowed, inflation remains elevated in many sectors, particularly housing, healthcare, and energy. Seniors have been among the hardest hit as their fixed incomes don't stretch as far as they once did. In fact, surveys show that more than 60% of retirees report struggling to keep up with everyday costs. Rising rent, higher out-of-pocket medical costs, and even the price of groceries have left many older Americans dipping into savings faster than expected, or worse, going into debt. By signing this new benefits package, President Trump is sending a clear message. Supporting retirees and disabled Americans is a priority. The administration framed this policy as part of its broader agenda to ensure no senior or disabled American is left behind in the fight against inflation. Political reactions and debate. As with any major policy change, reactions have been swift and divided. Supporters argue that the increase is long overdue, pointing out that cost of living adjustments, COLAs, in recent years have often failed to keep up with the true expenses faced by seniors. They note that while annual COLA increases help, they typically range from 2% to 5%, which often lags behind spikes in rent or medical costs. Critics, however, raise concerns about the long-term sustainability of Social Security. With the program already projected to face funding shortfalls in the next decade, some lawmakers are questioning whether adding $620 per month across millions of beneficiaries will put additional strain on the trust fund. Analysts estimate this policy could cost the federal government tens of billions of dollars annually. Still, the political calculus is clear. With Social Security being one of the most popular government programs, few lawmakers are willing to openly oppose additional benefits for seniors and the disabled. Impact on beneficiaries. What to expect? According to official timelines, the first round of boosted payments will begin rolling out within the next few months. Beneficiaries can expect to see the extra $620 added to their monthly deposits automatically. There's no need to reapply or file additional paperwork. The White House has also confirmed that this increase will apply across all categories of Social Security benefits, including retirement benefits for seniors, Social Security disability insurance benefits for disabled workers, SSI benefits for low-income seniors and disabled individuals. Financial planners recommend that beneficiaries begin budgeting with this new increase in mind, but also caution against assuming the boost will solve all financial challenges. With inflation still high, the real-world impact of an extra $620 could vary widely depending on where a person lives and their specific expenses. Comparing with other countries. Interestingly, this move comes at the same time that other nations, such as the United Kingdom, are also grappling with how to adjust pension systems under pressure. The UK recently announced a 4.7% state pension increase under its triple lock system, while other European nations are considering similar reforms to protect retirees against inflation. What makes the U.S. decision stand out is the size of the boost. $620 per month is far larger than the incremental increases typically seen in other countries. Analysts say this reflects both the severity of inflation in the U.S. and the political urgency of addressing seniors' financial concerns ahead of the next election cycle. Looking ahead, sustainability questions. The biggest question hanging over this announcement is sustainability. The Social Security Trust Fund has long been projected to face depletion by the mid-2030s if no reforms are enacted. While the Trump administration insists that this increase is fully funded through adjustments in federal spending, many economists remain skeptical. Without significant changes, such as higher payroll taxes, new funding sources, or broader entitlement reform, it remains unclear how long the government can continue offering such large boosts. That said, few Americans are likely to oppose the increase in the short term, especially those who will see the extra money hitting their bank accounts soon. Millions of people look forward to the start of college football each year. Others get excited about the beginning of the holiday season. If you're a retiree, there's another important event you likely anticipate with eagerness and perhaps a bit of apprehension. Every year since 1975, the Social Security Administration, SSA, has announced an annual cost of living adjustment, COLA, for the following year. No, SSA hasn't said yet what the 2026 COLA will be. However, a widely followed estimate for the increase was just revealed. The Senior Citizens League, TSCL, has operated since 1994. This nonprofit organization advocates for seniors in the U.S. TSCL raises public awareness about issues impacting seniors and lobbies on behalf of seniors, and it closely monitors what the next Social Security COLA might be. To help with this effort, TSCL built a statistical model to estimate the COLA. This model incorporates inflation, interest rates set by the Federal Reserve, and employment data. Each month, the organization releases an updated projection for the next Social Security benefits increase. Last week, TSCL announced that its model predicts a 2026 COLA of 2.7%. This was the same percentage the organization projected in August, following several months of increased estimates. At the beginning of 2025, TSCL predicted a COLA of 2.1%. TSCL stated that a 2.7% COLA would raise the average monthly Social Security benefit for retirees from $2,008 to $2,062. If the organization's estimate is right, the average annual benefit increase will be roughly $648. Putting the Social Security COLA estimate in context, how would a 2.7% COLA stack up against previous increases? Last year, Social Security beneficiaries received a 2.5% COLA. Over the last 2 decades, the average Social Security increase has been 2.6%. The highest COLA during that period was 8.7% in 2023. The lowest was 0% in 2 years, 2010 and 2011. Unfortunately, even a slightly higher than average Social Security COLA won't be enough for many retirees. TSCL Executive Director Shannon Benton said in the organization's latest update, "Many seniors believe inflation is much higher than the COLA estimates." She added that TSCL estimates that 80% of seniors felt that inflation in 2024 was significantly higher than the 2.5% Social Security benefit increase given for 2025 to offset the higher costs they incurred. Generally speaking, you'll need to put some time and elbow grease into getting these income streams set up, but then you can sit back and watch the money come in. Talk about some smooth financial planning. Here's a look at 5 passive income streams retirees can use to make extra cash this year. Open a high-yield savings account. One of the easiest ways to generate passive income is to open a high-yield savings account. This can allow you to rack up interest payment earnings with almost zero effort. Simply choose a bank, open your account, transfer funds into it, and collect interest each month for a boost to your cash flow. There's no shortage of banks offering high-yield savings accounts, but most are online banks. Each bank has different rules regarding specific account features, i.e., account minimums and fees, so conduct research before opening an account. Rent your tools out. You don't have to invest in real estate investment trusts, REITs, or rental properties to make money off of stuff you own. If you have a shed full of tools, rent them out to earn extra cash. You can list them, as well as other types of gear or even heavy equipment, on sites like Rent My Equipment and start cashing in. Just create a listing, set your price, considering fuel for any gas-powered tools and equipment, and wait for people in your local area to rent them. Rental sites generally charge a commission fee for rentals, but you'll get the rest. Final thoughts. For millions of seniors and disabled Americans, the announcement of a $620 monthly increase is nothing short of life-changing. It represents not only a policy decision, but also a recognition of the challenges facing everyday people in today's economy. Whether it will be sustainable for decades to come is a matter for debate, but for now, the extra money offers immediate relief and hope. And for retirees opening their Social Security deposit notifications in the coming months, the difference will be felt directly in their wallets and in their daily lives. This is more than just a financial update. It's a reminder of how central Social Security remains to the American story. And as the nation continues to debate its future, one thing is certain: policies like this one will shape the lives of millions for years to come.